Test 1, Test 2, Test 3.
In order to be an effective teacher, I must be able to adjust my teaching strategies based off of student needs and their pace and depth of understanding. What must also be considered when structuring my lesson plans is the learning goals of the course, the education levels of my students, the purpose of the course within the department, as well as the relationship between relatable school courses and other student associations. It is my plan to consider all these points to construct an environment suitable to their learning styles to not only help students ascertain knowledge, but to develop critical thinking techniques and stimulate their own curiosity. In my role as a teacher, I am responsible for delivering content in a way that helps students learn from in-class practice, develop as thinkers from their experiences, and generate their curiosity in a way that encourages them to continue to learn. The structure of my classroom can best be described as an applied instructional style. By means of interactive lesson planning, my students will be able to discover fundamental knowledge of course content while developing their critical skills through the application of theory and concepts to current community, cultural, and industry-related issues. There is always the possibility of having students in my classroom that will not become engineers, which is why it is important to teach students information that is most relevant to their lives and their futures. Fortunately, the world is full of engineering and technologically based information, which works to my benefit as an engineering teacher. It would be my goal to teach students how to critically examine this information, brainstorm research-supported solutions, and design, build, and evaluate their own solutions to these real-world contexts. I would also expect that my students may also have different levels of interest for learning certain material, whether they're planning on pursuing a profession in engineering or not. For these students, I would encourage them to teach me as I would teach them. Through this process, I would attempt to demonstrate my own critical thinking skills and share my curiosity for their individual backgrounds and experiences. It is my hope to replicate and express the type of commitment to learning that I would expect my students to have. Ultimately, my goal in teaching is to be able to help students get the best out of their education. To me, this means that if I were to accomplish one thing, it would be to inspire my students to discover their own interest in their education to continue learning beyond my classroom. By accomplishing this, I will satisfy the need within myself to somehow make a difference.